What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name is John the Wise. Sorry for the hiatus, but we're here with another role breakdown video. Today, we're going to talk about the Nomad. Sand in your hair, desert environment, fighting for water, all those types of tropes. We're going to talk about the Nomad. We're going to dissect it and try to figure out what this role means in Cyberpunk 2020. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know about our fan-made Discord. The link will be in the description. This is a Discord for Cyberpunk 2020 and Red fans. We have RP suites for role-playing. We have GM content. We have weekly channels or monthly channels, sorry. We have all kinds of stuff. You got to check it out. We're a community. We're growing, and everybody's having a really good time in there. Come in and give us your ideas, all right? That's the fan-made Discord. When we think about the Nomad, we think about one thing, really. We think about Mad Max. We think about vehicles with spikes on them. You know, I have the Neo Tribes book right here with me. A lot of the aesthetics that are on the front cover is pretty much exactly what people think about when they think of Nomads. But there's something about the Nomad that has a lot more heart to it. There's a deeper meaning to what a nomad is, and it's a very philosophical meaning, and it's ripe with tradition and all kinds of really cool things that on the surface you don't really see. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Nomads are the heart and soul of Cyberpunk, if you really think about it. They were left behind by everybody. Every institution, every government left them to die and to figure out things on their own. And all those cities and corporations and the internet and cell phones, all that stuff is an illusion. The real world is out there beyond those city walls where death is a commonplace. I know there's combat zones, but there's nothing like the wastelands. So this video is going to cover what a nomad is, examples of a nomad, and of course, how to make your nomad interesting. So the nomads are what's left of humanity after the collapse in Cyberpunk 2020. According to the lore, a lot of them lived in agricultural types of places, you know, middle America, stuff like that. Then the corporations came in, and with advances in robotics, a drought, crops dying, and all kinds of terrible things happening to the environment, pretty much millions of people were left to fend for themselves. They had no job, they had no shelter, they had nothing. They were literally left behind by the people that they trusted with their safety for their entire lives. So what do you do when you're left behind by your government and everybody around you? What do you do when you have nothing left? Well, what the Nomads decided to do is band together and find the humanity in each other in a way where they can help each other with safety in numbers for survival and everything. It's really the basic human instinct, the hunter-gatherer times. I mean, that's what we went back to. We went back to the proverbial Stone Age. So what's the most important thing to a nomad? Well, that's family. Family doesn't necessarily have to be blood, but it has to be some sort of kinship, you know? There has to be something that connects all of them together because they rely on each other for their survival. There's tribes, and with those tribes, there's tradition. So under the surface of this Mad Max spiky armor wearing kind of dude, there's family, there's people waiting for him at home, there's people relying on him and counting on him for their survival, and together they all band together, keep their traditions alive, keep their cultures alive. The Nomad's special ability is actually called family, and whatever ranking you have in that allows you to call on your family or people in your tribe to come and aid you in a situation. And, you know, we've talked about that with the Rocker Boy. Anytime you can get a group of people to do whatever you want them to do, that's really powerful in Cyberpunk. And at level 10, it suggests that it's your special ability times 2. So I guess 20 people in your family, which, you know, if you guys have watched my videos, you know I don't like arbitrary numbers for stuff like that. I think that context has to come into play. So let's talk about some examples of nomads. What are some examples of what a nomad is according to their special ability? If you're a nomad ability 1 or special ability 1 in family, you have nobody, you have nothing, you have no connections, and it's actually a miracle that you've survived in the wasteland. against all odds. The only way that people have found survival is banding together with other people. And I'm talking about outside of the cushy corporate zone in Night City, those places where safety is, a lot more guaranteed than it is in the wastelands. These wastelands outside of the city, there is nothing you can do if something happens to you. There's no one that will come, and no one will even know you're dead. So if you have a special ability 1, I don't know how you're going to survive. Now, if your special ability is at a level 5, you are in a tribe, you are in a family, you're well respected, people know who you are, and your word actually carries weight with them. People expect you to keep the traditions up, they expect you to pull your weight, but at the same time, they have your back. This is a lot safer place than the person that we were talking about previously. This nomad is a part of an ecosystem and has lived their life like this. Now, a special ability 10, you're talking about a matriarch or patriarch of a tribe. This is somebody that has taken over and rules over a tribe or a family of nomads. Everybody beckons to anything that you say. You're well respected in the community. You're loved within the community. Now, at this special ability, people will do whatever you want for them because they're like zealots for you. They'll die for you because they love you, they care about you, and everything that you say is important to them. Now we talked about what a nomad is and examples of them, and now I want to tell you guys how you can make your nomad interesting. When we think about nomads, we think of them, as desert warriors, just like Mad Max, and that's totally understandable because that is an aspect of what they are. But like we talked about in this video, there's many levels to them, and I don't want you guys to think that the only nomad you can play is someone that lives out in the desert. For example, we have the city nomad. This is a nomad that lives within a city. They have a tribe within a city. They don't live in the outside area. Maybe they did at one point. If they could find a little niche, a little corner where their families could live, maybe they can take over that area and be some type of booster gang, but not really. They're just trying to live their life and be independent and be a family with tradition and culture and everything. They do it within the confines of a city. This means you probably go to school. This means you probably do all the things that everybody does when you're growing up. You play sports, and you just have different traditions than most people. And that's what a city nomad can be. Now, on the flip side, there's the ex-city dweller. This person used to live in a city, but now is a nomad in the outside world. So they know everything about the internet and all hot water and all the shit that they had while they were in the city life. But now they're out adapting to this wasteland world. Circumstances. Maybe something happened. Maybe they were exiled from their community. Maybe people were tired of their shit and wanted to get them out of there. And now they're on their own. Well, this ex-city dweller has adapted and figured out how to live in this wasteland and has retained some of the skills that they've had from the city life. Another interesting nomad is the bandit hunter. This is one of my personal favorites. I can imagine 5 buddies playing a Cyberpunk 2020 campaign where they go like guardian angels within the wasteland and exact their justice on all the evil doers out there. Well, we all know that good and evil is not so black and white. It's all about perspective. But this nomad believes that they're doing the right thing. They're protecting people from the criminals that are out there, the lawless lands. There is no law. The only people that have the law is them. Now, I hope you guys have gotten a grasp of what the Nomad is, what they represent in Cyberpunk 2020, and I hope it's given you guys an idea and turned those cogs in your head to make a really interesting Nomad. Thank you so much for your support. I cannot recommend highly enough this book here. The Neo Tribes book. It has all kinds of lore, all kinds of things in it that can give you ideas of what a nomad is. And it's really one of the most underrated roles within Cyberpunk 2020. So, thank you guys for watching once again. I have actual plays going on. Make sure you guys check those out. Make sure you guys are in the fan-made Discord. And special shout out to Digital, the creator of Night City Tracks, the music from Night City's It was an official supplement in 1994. This guy, Digital, he made an album for Artel Sorian. I just got in contact with him, and he said that anybody can use his music for their creative pursuits as long as they credit him and, of course, buy his album. You can find it in Bandcamp, and I'll put the link in the description, so don't worry about that. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.